Hello folks and welcome to a Wise Game video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you folks how to get back to the new area called the Undermine. The Undermine was added in Season 2 for The War Within. But from my understanding, a lot of people are confused of how do we get back to the Undermine. So there is no issue when you first open up or discover the Undermine, because you're going to be sent there automatically through the campaign line. But the problem that I'm having, or I did have, and many players that I understand, is if we want to return back to the Undermine, how do we get there? Well, don't fret, because in today's video, we got that question answered. So let's give it a look. Now here we're looking at a map of Dornogal, which is like the main capital city for this expansion. For short, I'm going to call it Dawn. Now, in the capital Dawn, they do have a portal that takes you back to the Undermine. However, this portal is not open to everybody. But by the end of today's video, you will learn how to activate this portal. Well then, in the meantime, how do we get back to the Undermine? Now, there is also the option, once you come out to the Undermine for the first time automatically, to save your Hearthstone there. But I know a lot of people don't like to do that. Like, for my case, I like keeping my Hearthstone saved in the City of Dawn. Alright, now what we're looking at here, I think, is the culprit. And this is what's confusing a lot of players. Now, I don't know if this is a bug that's going on at this time, and if WoW will eventually fix this. So if you're watching this video a month down the road or whatever, this may be fixed, but for me at this moment, it is not. So this quest right here, it's called Grimlaw Express. Okay, they're going to say use the coast side drill to enter the Undermine optional. And this is a big runaround, so for Alliance, it's going to say take the portal to the Mage Tower in Stormwind. And then they want you to take the portal from the Mage Tower to Borealis. Once you're in Borealis, you're going to board the large ship there, and then that person can send you over to the area called Zuldazar. Once you arrive in Zuldazar, you then hug the coast, and you could fly here if you have your flying mount. And you're going to head west, where you could see my icon on the map here. Once you arrive here, you are going to notice that they do have a drill that it looks like you could board, and it will send you back to the Undermine. Although this drill, at this time, does absolutely nothing. Alright, so how do we actually get back to the Undermine? What you want to do next, hopefully you open up the flying paths for this. You want to head back to the Ringing Deeps. And then, with the right flight path, you should be able to take a flight path over to Gutterville. Between Gutterville and Opportunity Point, where my icon is, that's where you're going to see another drill. And you're going to see a little NPC standing here named Stella. Once you speak to Stella, you're going to see the option, board the drill to the Undermine. And the coordinates for this is going to be 72.73. Once you click on board the drill to Undermine, a little cutscene is now going to take place. And within a few seconds, you are going to be back now in the area called the Undermine. So yes, in short, Blizzard didn't really put a description in the game about coming to this place. And I think that that's the reason why a lot of players got very confused. So now that we got back to the Undermine, let's now activate the portal so we don't have to keep doing this from the main capital city of Dawn back to the Undermine and vice versa. Okay, now that we're at the Undermine, we need to go and speak to this NPC, and his name is Rustle. Rustle is located just across the way from Slam Central Station, and the coordinates for this is 27 26.53. You are going to notice a purple triangle over Rustel's head. This is the quest that you're going to need to activate this portal. This is probably the shortest quest in the game. The name of this quest is called Test Run. Once you accept this quest, you're going to step on the portal pad and you're going to be sent now to the main town of Dawn. Once you arrive at the portal pad in Dawn, you're now going to see an NPC that you need to hand the quest in. And again, the quest is called Test Run. And this NPC's name is Kenzie. Once you speak to Kenzie, you're just going to hand him that quest, and there you go. You now have a portal going from Dawn to also the Undermine, and vice versa. And again, the coordinates for the portal in Dawn is 52.50. And there you go, folks. So that's pretty much all the information needed to get this done. Now you're going to have a free way of getting back and forth between these two locations by just using now this telepad. So I hope this information helped, and thanks for watching Wise Gamer. Do all those cool things like throw me a sub and all that, because after all, it does help me feed my pet lizard. So until the next time, you folks have yourself a fantastic day.